Hi, everyone. Want to welcome you to our Freedom from call tonight. My name's Emily Gibson. You'll see it says Brooke Hemingway there. That's just because I'm logged in under her Zoom account. And I just want to start by talking to you a little bit about the things that our family is free from because of Plexus. I know that's why everyone is here tonight. So first of all, you'll have to excuse, I'm in my bathing suit and my cover up, and I've come straight from the pool because one of the things that we have freedom from, thanks to Plexus, is freedom from crazy, normal chaos summer days that used to wreak havoc on my sanity. And my husband is a physical therapist. And so if you are married to a physical therapist or anyone who has a job where patients like to be seen after 5 p.m. when they get off work, you know that evenings you are without your husband. And so thanks to Plexus, I am able to now I have a babysitter that helps me with my kids on those long, hard nights, and she and I took the kids to the water park for 5 hours today, and we had the best time. And I just ended up leaving that water park. We closed it down, and I just felt so much gratitude that I could have such a fun day with my kids. It didn't have to be stressful. It didn't have to be overwhelming. I didn't have to count the hours until Dad got home tonight. I just got to enjoy my kids and have a good time. And so I thought that would be just something really special that I could share with you, because it's one of those things that that is new, a new freedom that we have. So another thing I want to talk to you about is how before Plexus, my husband would work 3 different jobs 6 days a week. And so what that would look like, you can hear my husband in the background, I'm sure, answering the door. Hopefully he'll close the door soon. Sean, can you close the door, please? Thank you. That's real life for everyone. Before Plexus, like I was saying, he was working 3 different jobs and 6 days a week, and I was by myself. I could not afford to have a babysitter come and help me. That was not an option. And we were very much financially strapped, living paycheck to paycheck. We had $125,000 in debt. 30,000 of that was credit card debt. 75,000 of that was our student loan debt for his doctorate degree. And the other $20,000 were medical bills from when our daughter broke her wrist. My husband, when he got the flu once, he passed out and people panicked and sent him to the ER and then to see a cardiologist, and he was fine. They still make you pay that overnight bill at the hospital. So we had all of this debt that was just raking up, and we couldn't get on top of it. And I don't know about you, but before Plexus, the feeling that I remember feeling all the time was sheer panic. At bedtime. Before I go to bed, I was constantly worried about finances and always worried about what savings account I needed to transfer money from into my checking account to clear all of our bills that went through that 3rd and 4th week of the month right before payday. It was such a stretch. And if you've ever felt that type of fear, you know that it's almost paralyzing. I can vividly remember laying in my bed, just my heart racing, feeling like, how are we going to ever get beyond this? How are we going to have that American dream? And so we are free from that now. And I'm so grateful that Plexus has done that for us, just as we've shared our stories about what the products have done for us and what the business has done for us. And tonight you're going to hear so many stories of so many different women who also have freedom from things just like that and other things. And we're going to start first hearing from Phyllis Anderson. She's going to talk to us about what Plexus has given her freedom from.
Hey, thanks, Emily. So my name is Phyllis Anderson. I am an Emerald Ambassador with this company. I started 2 years ago when I was pretty desperate for some health changes. I had just seen my gynecologist who had given me news of like, well, we could just put you on some hormones. I am a girl that went through early menopause. So at 41, I stopped having my monthly periods. And at 48 is when I thankfully found Plexus, because what I have freedom from is I have freedom from menopause symptoms, which I'm a nurse of 20 years, over 20 years in the ER. My husband's a fireman. So the cool thing about that is our schedules can work opposite each other. So we've always been able to be home with our kids, and we love that. We prided ourselves on that. But my husband, if we wanted to go take a trip or pay for the refrigerator that pooped out or anything like that, he would be the one to say, hey, I'll go work some overtime to get these things paid for. So that is, his overtime is 24-hour shifts. So that's a lot of time away from our family. So just keep that in mind, because this is the other thing we have freedom from, is my husband does not have to work all that overtime anymore. So at the level of company that I'm in now, financially, it's just given us a space to breathe and donate to kids who live in Africa. Like, it was easy to just write a check, $38 a month, to sponsor a kid. Brooke is a part of the Operation Underground Railroad. We have been able to just write a check for that, and it doesn't hurt because we never had that kind of money. And so what we're used to is a certain level of, lifestyle, and to have more all of a sudden has been amazing. It's been incredible. But back to my health story of why my business blew up, was that I was having hot flashes. I was having heart palpitations that was alarming monitors at work. And they actually threw me in a bed and did an EKG, because it was like flip-flopping in my chest and making me cough and taking away my breath. So anxiety, depression, restless legs, migraines, chronic urinary tract infections, canker sores in my mouth. The list went on, so I'll spare you the details. But the cool part is that time and consistency. Oh, and weight gain. I was a marathon runner. I have to say that. Marathon runner. I ate healthy. The people at work would say, oh, there you are, eating your healthy lunch again, Phyllis. And they actually made fun of me for doing that. But despite all that, I was still putting on weight. I gained 20 pounds in 2 years. So Plexus, fast forward in 6 months, all of these things I just mentioned, I still get hot flashes every now and then. They'll creep through. So nothing's perfect, but holy cow, no more migraines. Anyway, all those things are like, bye-bye. No more chronic UTIs. And I thought, oh my gosh, I am truly an old lady, because I can't tell you how many people we see that are just on antibiotics every single day to prevent a urinary tract infection. So Plexus, the science behind it, the nurse in me is freaking out about it, and I can't stop talking about it. And so, and I won't stop talking about it. So yeah, freedom from health issues, freedom financially. It's just an amazing place to be. I can't even believe it.
So awesome, Phyllis. I love your story so much, especially being a nurse and really understanding why getting to the root issue of your medical problems is such a big deal. Like, that's just really exciting to me. Okay, so now we are going to hear from a good friend of mine, Leah Carlson. She's out in Texas, and she's going to tell us what she is free from because of Plexus.
Thanks, Emily. Okay, yes, like Emily said, I'm from Texas. I live in San Antonio. I'm a mama of 5 kids, 4 girls and 1 boy. I joined Plexus about 3.5 years ago with Emily, right after she joined, just a few months. And I have experienced a lot of freedoms. I was just making a list, and it's a pretty extensive list. So I want to just quickly explain a few of them and go over some of them. So my favorite thing that I'm free of is anxiety. That was something that I did not realize that I had. I honestly thought it was just a thing that moms had, right? It's just something that came with the territory. I just felt so frustrated a lot of the day, just like, why am I so upset with my kids so often? Why can't I handle all of this stress in my life? Why, and I was so frozen with fear and anxiety. I couldn't even let my kids go out front to ride their bike. I was too scared to do certain things. And so now, oh my gosh, I can let my kids go play with neighbor kids, and I can go let my kids ride their bike, and all of these things that I just couldn't do. So I'm just so thankful I have that freedom. The other one that I have had serious freedom from is negative thoughts. Okay. Part of this is, it's linked to anxiety, honestly. So part of it is health, and part of it is with the business, because there is a lot of negativity with network marketing, and so I've been able to overcome all of the negative thoughts that I told myself about it and that others have told me. And that's been so freeing to be able to turn those thoughts into positives and to just be able to tell myself, no, like people need this stuff and you need this, and you're able to just have so much sunshine and positivity in your life. Some other things that I am free from are sleep deprivation. Hallelujah, right? Foot pain. I used to wake up every morning and my feet would be really like in serious pain. I would just wake up and hobble to the bathroom. I have no idea why, but when I started Plexus, it went away. Sciatic pain and exhaustion. I'm free from those. And the other thing, this is hard for me to share, honestly, but when I started Plexus, one of my main goals was to be able to ride roller coasters. I was very overweight. Okay. Sorry. And I've always had a big booty. Okay. Anyone can, relate to that, but it's really embarrassing when you get to I love you too, Brooke. When you get to a roller coaster and you get turned away. And, it was really huge for me to be able to lose some weight and be able to not worry about being turned away. And I wasn't always turned away, but you know what I mean? It was just really scary to have to go and wonder. And so that was my first why. And I remember I think I remember telling Emily when I could do that. And and I've just been gradually losing weight. And I'm not there yet. I still have a long ways to go, but it's so freeing to not have all that anxiety about that. So that's just a few things. And I know that I'll experience more and more freedoms as I go.
Leah, you're making everybody cry. There's not a dry eye in the house right now. And as I was shouting out, we love you, Leah. And everyone else is saying, love you so much. We love you. Don't be sorry. You're so strong. I think that's something that's really hard to share. And your vulnerability has blessed us all tonight. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. I am so touched. And it's little things like that you don't think about are really holding you down and keeping you from living your fullest life. So to me, we could just end the call right now because that was amazing. But we have a few others that are going to share. So thank you, Leah, so much. We so appreciate you sharing that with us. Now we are going to hear from Barbie Anderson, and she is actually Phyllis, the nurse who spoke first. It's her sister-in-law. So Barbie, if you'll share with us what Plexus has freed you from.
Aloha. Thank you, Emily and Leah. That was super touching. Thank you for sharing. And Phyllis, yes, is my sister-in-law. And we basically started around the same time. So for me, the reason I started and what has helped me and I am now free from my number one thing. Well, there was two major ones. It was anxiety and chronic fatigue. And I'm a very hyper person anyways, but then I would have all this and it's kind of like what Leah said too, the mindset part is in there, but I would have all of this pent up energy and I would exercise like crazy. I taught fitness classes as well. I would work long days in the hospital and I would come home exhausted. I'd be able to fall asleep right away, but I would never stay asleep or have sound sleep all night long. And so those, the anxiety is gone. I sleep like a baby all night long. I don't know why they use that term because babies wake up all the time. So I slept really good all night long. And the mindset, that's one of the things too for me is just learning more about myself through this process. And really just in the beginning, there are people that can be negative, when you start doing something new and they can be negative and it can steer you down a different direction. And you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this or, start to doubt yourself. And so having that positivity and being surrounded with so many amazing women and men has truly been a blessing for me. And that's kind of my health side of it, is just being free of the anxiety, sleeping. Another thing too that's funny is that I used to always have sweaty palms. So I would actually be afraid, like when it would come time in church to like shake hands with people, I'd always be a little nervous about that, and because I'd have sweaty palms. And balancing out my glucose has totally changed that. So now I'm like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, and no problem with that. So but one of the really big things for my whole family, my family's got great freedom from as well. But I don't have time to share all of that. Is the financial part of it, truly. And I didn't think that I was. In fact, I literally said, I'm not doing the business. But I did want to sign up people to get my products paid for, got my sister-in-law Phyllis on there, and a few other people. And honestly, it has turned into an incredible blessing. We are building a house. That was part of the thing, is we had just bought a lot, getting ready to build a home, and we were on a tight budget. So I wanted to get my products paid for, and it just spiraled from there into this great, amazing business that I am so thankful and excited for. You guys, building a house in Hawaii is not easy. Everything has to be shipped over, and it is expensive, way more expensive than I think my husband and I even realized. And I don't believe would have pulled it off if it wasn't for Plexus. So the income has been truly a gift from God, and being able to help people and bless people along the way is the best feeling ever. It really is. So for me, those are like the biggest ones, is the freedom financially to be able to upgrade some of the house things, and be able, like Phyllis was saying too, like sponsoring kids. We have all of the Compassion Kids and World Vision Kids, like no problem signing helping sponsor those guys. And really, it's been a blessing in that aspect of our lives. So
that's so awesome, Barbie. I mean, I don't really think about all those things. Even though I have so many friends in Hawaii now through Plexus, I don't think about how you have to ship everything over. I just think, like, don't they have Home Depot and, all these places? And so that is really awesome that your family has been able to do that so easily with Plexus. So I'm so happy for your family. Okay, next we are going to hear from another nurse who happens to be my sister, and her name is Natalie Prinky. She's going to share what she is free from with Plexus with you all now.
Hi, everyone. So I am also still in my bathing suit and my swimsuit cover-up, and I have sand from head to toe. We are in California, just went to the beach, and now we're poolside, so we can get all the sand off, right? That's what you do. So I'm so grateful to be on the call tonight, and I'm so grateful to hear from so many of the wonderful friends I've actually made doing this Plexus thing. So when I think about like freedom, I'm really passionate about it. Emily mentioned I'm a nurse, but I'm also a military wife, and my husband's a police officer. And so freedom means a lot of different things to me. And so I'm super grateful for this time of year, and that we get to celebrate our independence, and that we have choices. And that's exactly what you get when you come to Plexus. And I'm so glad that 3 years ago, my sister Emily introduced me to Plexus. I think when I think about, excuse me, the things that I'm free from, it's actually a really, really long list. And so if I were to list the things that I'm not free from yet, it would be one thing. And that is retiring from my current job. I'm fortunate to make a really good income in what I do. But I will use the word yet, because it is on the horizon. It's closer than it can ever be for me to be able to retire and do Plexus full time and be at home with my kids more. I travel quite a bit. I have status in every airline that you could imagine. So when I think about, the other freedoms that Plexus has afforded me for my health, I have a thyroid issue, I have an autoimmune issue, and it's helped me with all of the things related to that. I know you've heard a lot of words like fatigue and better energy and better sleep and all of those kinds of things. But for me, what it really gave me back was being able to feel like myself again, being able to be the mom that I wanted to be to be the nurse that I wanted to be the friend, the wife, the family, the sister that I wanted to be, because I wasn't consumed with all of the things that I felt were taking my life away, that I couldn't get off the couch and be able to be interactive with my kids. And then beyond that, financially, it's just been really able to take that kind of pressure off of us when we want to go on vacations or when we want to contribute and serve others. That's a big part of what we love to do with our Plexus income, is to help others. And so whatever way that looks like, for us, we've been able to pay off debt. We will be free of credit card debt come September, which is a huge blessing for us as well. We've been able to help other family members and do things like that. So I'm so grateful for just all of it and all encompassing. And the other thing that I wanted to mention that's been mentioned a little bit is I feel like Plexus has given me the freedom to kind of dream big again and to set goals. Working in a hospital and working as a nurse, you kind of always know, like, oh, I want to go work here, or I want to go work there. But really, it's just, help me be free from comparison with others, free from competition with others, free from, being the people pleaser that I always used to be. It's really been able to help me kind of tap into who I really am and know that I can be a mom and a business owner and help others. I can be a nurse and, whatever I want to be, which is really incredible. And that's what Plexus has given me as well. So that's it.
Oh, Natalie, thank you so much. It is truly a dream of mine to get to do this with my sister, and she is one of my best friends. And so as you're thinking tonight about, would you ever want to do this? And if you did, who would you want to do this with? Natalie was the first person that I called, because I knew, number one, that she was going to sit with me and Google the entire company and tell me if it was safe or not. And after 3 hours, we both agreed it was safe and fine for us to take. And I also knew that she would just be one of the most fun running partners to do this hand in hand. So I want you to really think about, yourself doing this and what that would look like and who you would want to work with. Because the other thing that is so freeing about this is you get to pick who your business partners are. And in conventional business, you usually don't get to pick your business partners. You go work for a hospital, or you go work at a retail store, or you go work for a company, and your coworkers are picked for you. The team you are on is picked for you. But what's unique about network marketing is you get to pick who you work with. And that is a true blessing. Because we typically tend to find Plexus through people that we know and sometimes who we don't know, I have the pleasure of introducing you to the person who changed our life forever and gave us all of this freedom. In the beginning, I told you about how we had $125,000 of debt. And because of Plexus, we are 100% free of all of that debt. We just bought our dream home that we moved into the day after Easter, and we were able to keep our first home and use it as a rental. So now we have residual income coming in from that first nest egg, and we are able to live in this home that we never in a million years thought we'd ever be able to enjoy with our family. And so these are all things that we had given up on. And maybe you are like myself and other people on this call where you've sort of given up on your dreams. Like Natalie said, she's found this new life for how to dream big. I think that when we're really young, it's so easy to tell everyone, my daughter always tells me, when I want to grow up, I want to be a singer and a dancer. And there are no limitations on those dreams for her. She believes with her whole heart that she is going to be able to do that. And I am so excited that I believe that she can do whatever she wants, because there was a time over the last 10 years where I started to think, well, maybe we should be realistic. You should probably achieve something, that's realistic. because that's how so many of us become as we get older, and we become more realistic about what we can and cannot do. And that's been the most beautiful, freeing thing that all of us can agree Plexus has given us, is the freedom to dream again and believe that the American dream is alive and well. You can have it all. You can create the life of your dreams. And that in turn is going to set an amazing example for your children and for generations to come, that you can leave this legacy with your family. And I'm so grateful to Brooke Hemingway. That's not me, again, if you're just jumping on. I'm Emily. I'm under her Zoom account, so that's why it says Brooke under my name. But now I get to introduce you to the real OG, Brooke Hemingway, who changed our life forever, gave us true wealth, which is debt freedom. Brooke, will you please take it away?
Can you guys hear me okay? Yes?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right, great. Awesome. Well, wow. I'm just really moved by everybody's stories, and freedom has been big on my mind this last week. And I just want to ask you guys a question. Have you ever felt in your life like you have been in a fog? Like you are weighed down by a ball and chain? Like you can see what your life is supposed to be like and how you're supposed to experience it, but you just can't quite get there. And you just aren't living that life that you thought your life was going to be. You have that ball and chain, and yet on the outside, everything looks great in your life. Everybody thinks things are fantastic. You have the perfect marriage. You've got a great house. You look like you're beautiful and fit and happy and all of those things. So I am free from pretending that everything is okay. I am free from exhaustion. I am free from looking in at my life and wondering why my life isn't as great as it seems to be. I'm free from not wanting to get out of bed in the morning, because before Plexus, I just wanted to push snooze on my life. Snooze, snooze, snooze. I didn't want to get out of bed. I had 5 beautiful children, and I could hardly get out of bed in the morning. I was exhausted. I was anxious. I was not feeling my best. And I'm a fitness instructor. I am the person that everybody's like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing. She's so energetic. Guess what? People pretend all the time. And so if you know somebody that you think has it all together, they need Plexus too. Everybody can benefit from these products. So many of us are walking down, weighed down. And the feeling that I have now of freedom is that I do not feel like I'm weighed down. Like Emily said, I feel like anything is possible. And that for me started with me feeling like I was awake and alive and well, that I had energy, that I had happiness, that I felt like I was returning to myself. Because I'd always been there, but it was like I was in a fog. My health was not fantastic. It wasn't horrible either, but it definitely wasn't at the level of somebody that was as physically fit and active as I was. And now I have the freedom and the health to be able to show up in my life as a mom, as a businesswoman, in all of these ways that you've heard these women speak about. Because first and foremost, I got my health back. When I got my health back, I decided everybody needed to hear about Plexus too. I had no idea about the business opportunity. I honestly had no interest in that. I was like a lot of other people here that said, no way, not interested. I don't need one more thing on my plate. But when you have something that changes lives, you cannot help but share. And honestly, if you're sitting on this call and you're listening, chances are 3 out of 4 of you are struggling with money. You're either struggling with money or you're struggling with time, and you don't have enough of either one of those things. You don't have enough time as a family together. You don't have enough time with your spouse. You don't have enough time for yourself. You don't have enough money to pay the bills, whatever it might be. We even had that same experience. My husband is a physician, but we sure as heck didn't have enough time for anything that was really important to us. And so this opportunity and Plexus has given us freedom from having an absentee father. It's given us a father that is an active part of our children's life. He's not gone 48 hours, 4 times a month, and 90 hours a week. That is no longer a thing for us. we have that freedom and flexibility as a family. And I am so, so grateful that I aligned myself with a company that is well respected in the industry, that is debt free, that is backed by Morgan Stanley, that has been in solid business for 11 years, that has products that actually change lives. They're not just cute, they're not just fun. They are fun and they are cute and they make you feel good. But honestly, these products change lives. And that is what we are aligned with. And that is what we want other people to have. I cannot adequately express my gratitude for the freedoms that I have through this, for the freedom that I actually have to have a choice to do this. I was chatting with my mom on the phone last night, and she's 72 years old. And she said, you know, when I grew up, the only two things that we were really told that we could ever do, actually three things, was be a mom, be a teacher, or be a nurse. That was it. Like, there were no other options. Do you realize that 82% of women that make six figures in the United States are in network marketing? Network marketing is the most amazing experience. It is the most amazing opportunity for females in this country. And guys, we love you too. But I cannot deny the fact that 82% of women that make six figures are doing it in this industry. And why wouldn't you choose a company that is changing lives, that is solid, that is debt-free, that is set to be a legacy company? We are respected. We do it the right way. Network marketing, the way it should be done, could be done, but rarely is. And I am so grateful for all of these freedoms and everyone's story tonight. If you have not made the decision yet to commit to hop on board, this is my call to action for you. What do you have to lose? Why not you, and why not now? Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us tonight. We are so, so grateful that you are here. Enjoy your 4th. Don't put it off anymore. The time is now.
Bye, guys. Thanks for being with us.